Hey, ninth graders, it's Mrs. Nider. I'm back again. Unfortunately, I don't have great news. It looks like I'm going to be out for another 2 weeks. I miss you all so much, and I have seen some of you. I stopped in last Friday to do your grades, and I saw some of you, and it was great to see you, and it really made me miss you a lot more. Um, so, with that said, learning is still happening and the excitement continues in Mrs. Nider's class. So I wanted to give you an update on what your week is going to look like this week. You have a really fun week ahead of you. We are continuing to delve into why some stories are told and why some stories aren't. But now we're digging a little deeper into it and looking at why some stories are on all of the must-read lists and some stories are banned or censored from teen reading. This is a topic that I've always found really fascinating because I'm a big believer in free speech and in getting information from books, and that when we start restricting books and the access that teens have to books, we start to make ideas sound even more interesting, and I start to wonder why we're doing that. So, and I also wonder a lot how some stories end up on these must-read district lists. So, you watched one of my favorite banned books, Perks of Being a Wallflower, was put into a movie, and it's a great movie. I hope that you all liked it. So you watched that on Thursday and Friday and analyzed a little bit why that story is a controversial story. Well, now you're about to delve into a story that almost no one thinks is controversial except for me. So we are going to start working with Romeo and Juliet. You've probably heard that on Thursday you are going on a field trip to see Romeo and Juliet. Unfortunately, that field trip is in our auditorium, so you're not going to be going very far, but it is going to be occurring on fifth period on Thursday. So in preparation for that, you're going to be doing a little work with Romeo and Juliet. So today and tomorrow, you're going to be watching the Baz Luhrmann version of Romeo and Juliet. You might be interested to know that that movie was my first date. So when you're watching that movie, you should think about what Mrs. Nider looked like in ninth grade going to that movie. So you're going to be watching the Baz Luhrmann version of Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet is on almost every district in the entire country's best reading list. And I think that that is fascinating because it is at its heart a story about 16-year-olds falling in love against their parents' wishes, fighting with weapons, and ultimately killing themselves. So with all of the big controversy around shows like 13 Reasons Why and Perks of Being a Wallflower, which shows a pretty gritty depiction of mental health, why is Romeo and Juliet, a story about 16-year-olds who kill themselves for love, a story that's okay when Perks of Being a Wallflower is a story that is banned? So you're going to be investigating that question and figuring that out. So you're going to be doing that Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday you're going to be doing a writing task comparing the controversy between Perks of Being a Wallflower and Romeo and Juliet and deciding whether or not one or the other should be read or as essential reading for ninth graders. Thursday, you'll be seeing the play during fifth period. And then Friday, you're going to start reading some one-act plays. So we're going to be looking at ways that people tell stories. We started this year with narratives and looking at narrative as a way to tell stories. Well, we're going to start looking at the ways that we also tell stories, which is through plays and through entertainment. Remember, there was a time before things like the internet and before movies when plays were the only way that you could entertain people or even make a statement to the public in a large scale. So if you think about why Shakespeare was really creating plays, it has a lot to do with the statement he wanted to make to the public and a lot less to do with just writing something funny. So this is all leading up to your final assignment, which is going to be ultimately writing, directing, and creating your own one-act play that makes a statement about something that is important to you, some story that you think is the real story of ninth graders. And you are going to be working in groups to do that, and hopefully I'll be back when we're doing this, so it's all going to be a lot more clear. But you are going to start by reading a few one-act plays. And I just read some of the one-act plays that you're going to be reading, and they are really good. So I think that you're all going to like them, and we're going to do a little performing. But that is what your week looks like. So I am hoping to come in on Thursday for your play during 5th period, so you'll definitely see me then. Don't forget, it's Teacher Appreciation Week. I'm still your teacher. Appreciate me. I've enjoyed all the notes that I've gotten from you and all of the thoughts and prayers and good wishes, and I have to tell you, it means a lot to me to know that you guys miss me and that you're still thinking about me. And I want you to know how much I miss you and how much I'm thinking about you. I've been reading your poetry and sometimes getting to answer your messages, and it's really nice, and I really appreciate it. So I'm going to try to come in at least one day this week for lunch, and I will send that email out on Echo. So if you are looking for a chance to see me and get in touch with me, I will hopefully be on campus. I would assume probably Thursday to see you all and to have an opportunity for you to give me your Teacher Appreciation Week love. All right, so I will see you definitely Thursday, but hopefully we'll be together soon in the classroom. Remember, the learning still happens even when I'm not here. I've been hearing excellent reports from your substitute teachers, and that brings me a lot of joy knowing that you are safe and sound. So anyway, see you soon. Happy learning, and I'll see you on Thursday.